Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. He said it, guys, not me. This is the head of the Fed, Jerome Powell. He says Bitcoin is like gold, only it's virtual and digital.
Or in the Federal Reserve itself, in terms of the system. What do you think of that idea?
I don't think that's how people think about it. I mean, it's so, people use Bitcoin as a speculative asset, right? It's like gold. It's just like gold, only it's virtual. It's digital. People are not using it as a form of payment or as a store of value. It's highly volatile. It's not a competitor for the dollar. It's really a competitor for gold. That's really how I think of it.
So, I mean, not completely in a positive context, but, he's comparing Bitcoin to, well, the dollar, but also comparing it to gold. It's an asset that you hold, only it's virtual, it's digital. So I think, even though he's trying to explain that you don't use Bitcoin for payments, I'm sure this is going to get maximalists very, very upset. You can hold Bitcoin, at least that's what he's intimating. You can hold it as a hedge and perhaps as an alternative asset that will grow in value down the road. This is all supporting this narrative coming into this Trump administration that cryptocurrency is going to find its place in the new financial system. So Subjective Views posted this: Citadel will be providing liquidity for crypto. Now, Citadel, guys, if you don't know, is a big institutional grade company, and their securities arm just plotted a jump into crypto trading after Trump's embrace. So Citadel is now on board. Ken Griffin's market-making giant Citadel Securities is looking to become a liquidity provider for cryptocurrencies, betting President Donald Trump's embrace of the industry will usher in a boom for the asset class. So everybody seems to be doubling down on this. In this morning's video, we talked a little bit about the HBAR, the brand new HBAR ETF that is being filed. If you guys didn't catch this morning's video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. So it's a clear pivot from the firm's previous cautious stance on crypto. Citadel Securities has had a limited presence in crypto trading, having steered clear of exchanges frequented by retail investors due to the lack of regulations around in the United States. But now, guys, they're doubling down because they realize that the narrative is quickly changing. The firm aims to get added to the roster of market makers on various exchanges, including those run by Coinbase Global, Binance, and Crypto.com, according to people familiar with the matter. Once the firm is approved on exchanges, it initially plans to set up market-making teams outside the United States, the people said, asking not to be identified as their plans aren't public yet. The extent of the push and Citadel's desire could change based on how the new regulations roll out. But guys, they are, I guess they sound fairly committed to change their whole playbook when these regulations do roll out. And there's so many other factors involved, but all signs are pointing to positive, new government, positive on crypto. Everybody wants to get a piece of the action, and the technology is just better. Why stifle innovation if you do have a good technology in it, and if it can be regulated in a responsible way, right? So it says here that Citadel stayed away from major crypto major crypto exchanges and retail traders after the collapse of Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX in 2022. So a lot of these companies did get spooked after that. But now, guys, creating some certainty and serve institutional clients, Citadel Securities teamed up with brokerage firms including Charles Schwab and Fidelity to form an institutional-only crypto exchange that mirrored the way assets are held and settled in stock and bond markets. That venue, EDX Markets, went live in 2023 and offers trading in crypto products only for institutional investors. So staying away from the retail and focusing only on the smart money, traditional investors, clients that they trust. So the financial industry is gearing up for more activity in the digital asset space, of course. As a candidate, Trump pledged to take the U.S. to the crypto capital or consider them the crypto capital of the planet. And since taking power, he has sought to overhaul rules that chilled activity over President Joe Biden. And we are seeing this change, guys. We're seeing it happen very quickly, too. In comparison to how slowly we were just kind of dragging through 2020, 21, 22, 23, and now finally we see the light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully this means that we're going to see more price discovery too for some of these cryptos that will solve problems once they do kind of scale. And I feel like a lot of these companies are already ready to scale up. A lot of them have already partnered with many companies around the world. For example, these crypto probes in the U.S. prompted companies to look towards other financial hubs, including Dubai, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Jump and Jane Street continued market making in crypto, though on a smaller scale. So there have been some companies that are already doing this, but it is very interesting now to see that the bigger ones are going to come on board, even if it is only in an institutional capacity. Even if they're ignoring retail altogether, this still bodes well for the entire crypto industry. I mean, right now, we see prices drop, prices go up, market moves, very volatile still. Fear and greed is still in 29. And this is because there's still a lot of uncertainty. Part of it is because there's still a lot of uncertainty. But guys, it's going to get sorted out. Our cryptocurrencies are going to do well if you have been strategic, if you've diversified. For more information on what I'm doing this bull run, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It's where I'm opening up my portfolio, keeping all my Patreon subscribers apprised of what I'm doing, telling them my targets, letting them know when I'm selling in real time, pretty much putting out a post, an update within, let's say 10 minutes of me actually trading out. But I think the important thing is I'm going to be letting my Patreon subscribers know what my plan is before I actually sell out. So you will know prices before it actually occurs and not after the fact, like some of these traders. Anyway, gonna keep moving along. Because we also got some great Ripple partner news here. Ria Money Transfer announced that they are partnering with EcoBank in Uganda. This courtesy of Wrath of Kahneman, guys. EcoBank Uganda has formed a strategic partnership with Ria Money, a renowned global leader in cross-border remittance services. This partnership will significantly improve remittance options across Uganda, allowing customers to receive funds directly into their EcoBank account. So another African entity here, working to expand usership in Uganda. Both account holders and non-account holders will also have the option to collect cash transfers promptly at the EcoBank branch. Commenting on this partnership, Grace Mulisa, managing account director at EcoBank Uganda, said there is a growing need to provide seamless financial solutions to Africans in the diaspora. We are excited to collaborate with Ria Money Transfer to enhance the security and efficiency of remittances serving all Ugandans. So very positive news there for Ugandan people looking to manage their money efficiently, leveraging Ria Money that has been a Ripple partner for quite a while. So great news there. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. GA Spark here, guys, posting this, a repost from the Good Morning Crypto Show, one of their podcasts where they had Morgan Creek Digital's Mark Yusko discussing how, these real-world utility coins are going to make a difference, specifically mentioning XRP. And the reason I'm bringing this to you guys is, context for later on. Listen to this.
The one piece of legislation that is likely to happen, the other stuff, there's a lot of talk that they'll expand beyond just Bitcoin to now, XRP and Cardano and Hedera. And look, those founders have been buddying up to the administration and to Eric, and I think Eric's driving a lot of this, his son. So we'll see. But the case for the strategic Bitcoin reserve, because Bitcoin is digital gold, everything else has different roles. Something that could happen, I don't know if it'll happen the first 100 days, Abs, but there's some talk. This will make the XRP people really happy. There is some talk that XRP could be utilized and or ordered to be used for a central bank digital currency or as the base layer for national banking. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but that's one that if that does happen, that changes things.
Yes, it certainly does change things quite a bit. So this is an older clip, but I thought I'd bring it to you guys because he does mention that XRP could be used as that base layer for national banking. National banking or international banking. He's talking about using XRP in a U.S. context. But guys, look at the news we just got from the ECB. So this is the central bank in Europe. The European Central Bank is set to launch a unified payment system powered by blockchain to enable financial institutions to settle transactions using central bank money. This courtesy of Michael Branch. So this is what's happening now. The European Central Bank is gearing up for a major financial transformation with plans to roll out their unified payment system. This is powered by blockchain. The ECB aims to establish this system to enable financial institutions to settle transactions using central bank money, referring to the central bank digital currency, or CBDCs. So we know, Ripple has worked on CBDCs. They've done tons of pilot projects. They've even worked with, I believe it's Who was it? It was the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, on a project to kind of, toy with the idea of using CBDCs or central bank digital currencies in different countries. To achieve this goal, though, the ECB has outlined a two-track approach for integrating blockchain into its payment infrastructure. According to the ECB, the first track involves the development and implementation of an interoperability link between blockchain-based transactions and target services, the existing European real-time gross settlement system. This would allow financial institutions to settle transactions in central bank money using distributed ledger technology, so DLT tech. The second track focuses on a more integrated long-term solution for settling DLT-based transactions directly in central bank money. So looking to settle the central bank money using DLT specifically, but then the other one, guys, a long-term solution for settling DLT-based transactions directly in central bank money. So the ECB said this broader initiative will extend beyond the Eurozone and include international financial operations such as foreign exchange settlements. So obviously, you can't just think of your own backyard. You got to think how are these settlements going to happen internationally too? And are other countries integrated so that everything is seamless and interoperable? The bank explained that the primary goal of this upcoming system is to strengthen the European financial economy against external influences while fostering innovation in digital payments. And they did speak out against the U.S. growing stablecoin adoption. So stablecoins obviously now are kind of front and center when it comes to the United States specifically. They talk about President Donald Trump's administration and how stablecoins are favorable for their administration instead of a CBDC. European regulators are increasingly concerned that the expansion of U.S. dollar-backed stablecoins could further entrench American dominance. Of course, that's what Donald Trump wants. Maybe the rest of the world isn't terribly interested, but this gives the world options. If they want to use a U.S.-denominated stablecoin, well, there's going to have to be a more creative way, I guess, to try to force people to use the U.S. dollar. Because this technology now is becoming so widespread, we are seeing, all these different countries and central banks around the world choosing a different approach. And so, part of this is through regulation. Like we know that Europe is regulated through the MiCA regulation. This framework aims to provide a comprehensive set of rules for digital asset issuance, trading, and services, ensuring customer protection, market integrity, and transparency. Under MiCA, crypto companies operating in the EU must obtain proper licensing. And so this is how it goes, guys. They are starting the adoption, and they are saying now the unified payment system. Yes, the one that Augustin Carstens was talking about several months ago. That is now being launched. They're saying it's going to counter US dollar dominance. But guys, I wanted to show you this as well, okay? The ECB says no to Bitcoin, but yes to XRP and blockchain in banking. So essentially, they're already, and I mean, this has been documented several times. For those of you guys who did not know, I wanted to bring this up, though. The European Central Bank has made its position on Bitcoin abundantly clear. President Christine Lagarde has outright rejected Bitcoin's inclusion in EU reserves, citing its volatility, security issues, so on and so forth. But XRP could be the crypto cross-border payment solution that they have been waiting for. Lagarde's remarks have set the tone. Okay, so the ECB is not about to embrace Bitcoin. This stance is not surprising. But will they embrace XRP? Well, they haven't said it flat out. But, all signs are pointing to, it's the banker's coin. Ripple's already partnered with all these central banks. Why wouldn't they? When it comes to cross-border payments, XRP has a clear advantage in speed and cost. Unlike Bitcoin, which is often slow and expensive, XRP transactions are completed in seconds at minimal cost. This efficiency makes XRP appealing to financial institutions and businesses engaging in international trade. So here we go, right? There are so many arguments to suggest that Ripple and XRP are going to be the ones, on top of which, remember back in 2019 here, synchronized cross-border payments when the ECB did work with the Bank of Japan on their Stella project, a joint research project for the European Central Bank and the Bank of Japan. And right down here, guys, section 2.1.2, selected private sector initiatives. And remember, this again was back from 2019, so the names were different at that time. Since then, Ripple has rebranded. But at that time, Ripple had developed XCurrent, which connects financial institutions via a global network of participating entities. So that is the RippleNet conglomerate. XCurrent is built around ILP and enables bidirectional communication between participants. Again, this was the cursory pilot program from back in 2019 between the Bank of Japan, which we know is already Ripple-enabled, and the ECB. So they were already talking about RippleNet through their older products. Now they're launching the unified ledger. So guys, is it all gelling? Is it all coming to fruition? Well, I thought I'd bring this up too. Ondo Finance did post this. At the Ondo Summit, Nathaniel, who is it? Or sorry, Nathan Allman asked Ripple CTO David Schwartz what he thought about crypto's most compelling use cases: access to the real-world financial system and assets in the real world. That is essentially what David Schwartz thinks is kind of the most important thing here. Listen to this.
But I think we're going to have to turn the corner to institutional adoption and towards retail adoption with use cases that actually have real-world utility and aren't just completely speculative. And that's going to mean access to the real-world financial system and assets in the real world. So real-world asset tokenization is the big one.
Real-world asset tokenization, not just focusing on the institutional. We need a retail-facing application for this. But the real-world financial system, I mean, retail still does participate in the real-world financial system. And it sounds as though the ECB is looking to make this direct payment software successful using DLT technology. We know back in 2019, they were already doing a pilot project with the Bank of Japan. So how close are we, guys? I know it doesn't feel like it at this moment, but XRP will recover along with the rest of the crypto market. But that's just my opinion. And for more information on what I'm doing, my particular crypto journey, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.